Why do people play video games? People play video games for a multitude of reasons. And those multitude of reasons don't even make sense. Like, for example, it would be, oh, it's just fun. Like, bro, get something better to do for fun. Or it is just for some random reason that you are playing video games. Or the other big excuse is, oh, I'm too deep in the game, bro. I can't quit now. Like, bro, just stop being a lazy bum and go do something in the real world instead of spending all your time grinding in a game you won't even have in 10 years. And these are just a bunch of excuses used to fuel an addiction that you have to the video game. So as I can see it, there are only like two main reasons why people play video games. It's either freaking boredom or addiction. But let's first tackle boredom. Boredom is a state of mind found in those who can't be bothered to find a alternative way to entertain themselves. What that really sums up to be is that people attempt to cure boredom or try to cure boredom via means of video games or entertainment, which video games provide immense of. And a large part of the world in this case uses video games as the means to attempt curing boredom. But the only real life way to cure boredom is to get a hobby. By getting a hobby, you fix so many problems. Like, a hobby could be reading a book, which I know is kind of boring, so people choose more exciting hobbies to give them a similar feeling to playing games. That same excitement you get from games is very possible to get in the real life. That excitement you're feeling is all the stimulation your brain is having to provide when you're playing games or taking in content. And curing boredom by means of video games is such a bad idea because games are finite. They end eventually, or you'll grind forever and never will stop, which is a horrible thing to do. On the alternative hand, real life hobbies never end. You can do them until the day you die. For example, surfing, swimming, running, jogging, exercising. Those are all hobbies you can do instead of playing video games. Because if you were to take the time and read a book for the same amount of time you play games for one session, by the end of the year, you would be extraordinarily good at reading books. See, you are almost extraordinarily good at games. So you've spent over hundreds of hours playing games where you could have spent the time reading and gaining a skill by obtaining the knowledge that books have to offer. With hobbies, you can spend time doing something productive. It doesn't always have to be productive, but a hobby generally is a better alternative to playing games, which is an addiction. So addiction is a tricky one to solve due to the fact that people never want to admit they're wrong. They never want to admit they have an addiction. They never want to see the fact that they are addicted. So it is extremely difficult to give a person advice that is already addicted to a substance or addicted to, in our case, video games. And as well as people hate the fact that they are incorrect or they are wrong by playing video games. They don't care anymore at this point. They are constantly playing video games due to the fact that they're addicted, and the fact that they cannot see that they are addicted to games is the worst part. So I want you to see that you are addicted to video games, and there is a very easy way to fix it that I will not explain in this video, that I have in a previous video that I made, and I recommend you watch that for the better explanation for addiction and getting over an addiction, especially with video games.